staining with unicorn spit is pretty much the same as staining with you know, any Minwax or Varathane oil-based stain. The difference is that the unicorn spit is water-based and it's very thick, so you do want to dilute it before using it. I am diluting this probably about 2 parts water to 1 part unicorn spit, and that's probably actually diluted a little bit more than that. But you can build up the color or the depth of color with unicorn spit by applying more layers. Because it's water-based, it is going to raise the grain on your wood. So you want to apply kind of light coats, let it dry, another light coat, let it dry, and then once you think you've gotten kind of to the shade that you want it, I'm going to show you how to get rid of the inevitable streak marks that are going to be left by unicorn spit when you put it on. Okay, so right now I'm just taking a foam brush and just applying a layer here to this top. This is it's going to be a toy box, or top to a toy box. It's one of my shaker style painted toy boxes. Just want to kind of get it on here, get it even. This is the Punky Pink or Punk Pink or something like that. You can look it up on Amazon. I'll get a link and put it in the description. It's a very, very bright, vibrant pink. You'll hear a lot of people also say that you cannot seal unicorn spit with polyacrylic because polyacrylic is water-based and so is unicorn spit. However, I'm going to show you a super easy way to seal it with polyacrylic, even though it's water-based. All right, so this unicorn spit has dried, and as you can see, we've got some, I don't know if you can see it, it's got some streaking on here. You can see the brush strokes from the foam brush. Again, you can put as many coats on this as you want. When unicorn spit dries, it does dry with this kind of ashy or chalky appearance to it, which takes away from the color. But once we clear coat this, you're going to see that color really pop. But how do we get rid of these marks here? And you might be tempted to wet a rag and rub it on there or some other thing. But it turns out that the simplest method is also the cheapest, which is just to grab yourself a piece of used sandpaper and just slightly, and I do circular motions, just slightly kind of rub this. And I'm just using 220 grit. It is 220 grit, but it's very old. It's a very old piece of 220 grit. I've probably used it 1,000 times already. So it's probably more like 300 at this point. So we're just going to give that a nice once over. And you'll see that our streaks are pretty much gone. And like I said about the color, let me grab my clear coat. Now I mentioned it before that there's a body of work on YouTube that says you cannot seal unicorn spit with a water-based sealer. And the thought behind that is because unicorn spit is water-based. When you try and seal it with a water-based sealer, you're going to basically reconstitute the stain and then smear it all over the place. But you can use water-based sealer if you put it in one of these cheap Harbor Freight $10, $20 HVLP guns and spray it on. And I mentioned about the color before, you know, it's got kind of this chalky appearance to it. But once we put our clear coat on, you see that color really comes to life. One of my favorite colors is, not this one, but one of my favorite colors is the Zia Teal that Unicorn Spit made. It is this one right here, and it gives you such a really pretty, almost, I don't know if this is going to be a copyright thing, but almost kind of a Tiffany blue color, not quite, but very close. And then when you clear coat this Zia Teal, it's really pretty gorgeous. It's like a vintage blue, but with so much more pigmentation to it. But anyways, that is how to get rid of your brush strokes in Unicorn Spit, and also how to seal it with a water-based polyacrylic. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.